All right, folks, we're in the middle of some bull run preparation. We're going to break it down for you guys here today, despite the markets being down for the past 12 months. A 72% drop for XRP, potentially even breaking below $1 here if they smack us down some more. But this provides us the opportunity to stack up XRP and other digital assets with utility in preparation for this next bull run. We're going to reflect back in 2029. We're going to look back in 2026, and we're going to thank ourselves for our conviction and for understanding. And I think some of our friends and colleagues are actually going to thank us. Right now, they might be mad at you for getting them into crypto, but they're going to come back around as long as they hold and as long as they prepare for this next bull run. You're going to be set up very well. We're going to make a lot of money too. I'm excited about that. Let's get you tapped in. It's Monday, August 10th, 2026. We're going to start off with the update on the Japan carry trade. Jim Rickards, who I highly respect, I very much recommend his literature. His books are fantastic. He was well ahead of his time, very well tapped in. And he compares the intervention in the Japanese yen is the financial equivalent of all-out nuclear war, Jim Rickards says. It's the biggest story in the world. And our community has been paying attention to this for a few years. Now it's come back to a head, and everybody's paying attention to it now. But not a lot of people actually understand what just happened, which is we just opened up a facility that we opened up after 2020, a backstop, that another one of the many backstops that we opened up after 2020. We've now opened this up for foreigners, foreign buyers and sellers of our treasuries to be able to tap into this facility. On top of that, we've seen 100 billion worth of yen intervention from the Minister of Finance and Bank of Japan over there. All of this intervention has folks starting to realize, wait, they're going to just keep kicking the can down the road. Now, are they fixing the issue? No, absolutely not. They very rarely ever fix the issue. But they have to come in here with bigger interventions every single time. And for now, the market is saying it looks like they can keep kicking the can down the road for a while, with hedge funds rapidly unwinding their bearish yen bets following US-Japan FX intervention. So they're unwinding their bets that the yen's going to keep on going down. This was one of the sharpest reductions in short positioning since the 2008 financial crisis. This comes as Japanese authorities purchased 85 billion worth of yen between July 30th and 31st to prop up the currency, the largest two-day intervention since 2011, when Japan intervened in the aftermath of the tsunami that caused Fukushima's nuclear disaster. This also marked the first coordinated action between Japan and the U.S. in 15 years, and the yen weakened to its lowest since 1986. Historic intervention is changing the FX market dynamics, absolutely. And for now, the bet is off. The bet is okay. And the expectation is that the Bank of Japan is going to actually raise rates again coming up in September. So we'll be watching this very closely. This is absolutely shaking up the markets. Just giving you a glimpse of what could happen, similar to August of 2024. If they don't step in and intervene at these bigger and bigger levels, it gets scary out here. And our treasuries get sold off rapidly, and the impact will be felt by everybody, whether you understand the Japan carry trade or not. And then we ask ourselves, how do we position? For us, we've found safety in having our precious metals for defensive measures right next to our cash that's ready to be deployed. And we've been deploying our cash during this bear market. And then on the other side of our portfolio, kind of a barbell strategy, right? Heavy defense on one side. And then offensively, we go hard with the cryptocurrencies, which bring in a lot of risk, 50, 60, 70% drawdowns during bear markets. But, if you want a 5-bagger and a 10-bagger, you want to make 500%, 1,000%, you better be ready to ride out the storm, the bear market. And that's why I respect the precious metals community. They handled decades of manipulation before they finally had their moment. And the data is right in front of us. There's no denying it. Crypto is the worst performing major asset class since January of 2025 when we topped out broadly as a market. Obviously, Bitcoin topped out in October of 2025. XRP topped out in July, but the broader market for crypto topped out right around then. A lot of altcoins topped out in December, January, and then that was it for their bull run. And it's been down ever since. But please take note of the top 3 assets on this list: silver, Dr. Copper, and gold. 107% for silver, 66% for copper, and 60% for gold, even after the drawdown. Gold topped out at 5,600, back down to 4, holding strong and back up in the past week. Silver up to 120, back down to 55, and back up to 64 in the past week. Copper, I don't have the prices in front of me, but up 66% during this time, almost double that of the NASDAQ 100. The NASDAQ is the indice right there along with the S&P 500, but more so the NASDAQ in the technology stocks in the AI play. And even it did not keep up with gold, copper, and silver. Russell 2000 up 31%. In crypto, our Bitcoin, well, I don't own any Bitcoin, but our Bitcoin down 35%, our Ethereum down 47%, and our altcoins down 57%. And as we've discussed, from the all-time high for XRP at 366 last year, we pulled back 72% all the way down to $1.01. So, big drawdowns for crypto. We've been here before, and this is why we've hedged with our defensive measures like precious metals. Now, real quick, if you guys are looking for a place to get precious metals, my sponsor, iTrust Capital, does have precious metals available for you as well. And they've created a fantastic platform to be able to roll over your 401k to an IRA that can get you exposure to precious metals and crypto. And they're adding stocks and ETFs this month as well. But I love the way that they have their gold and silver structured for the tax advantage or tax-free if you're in the Roth IRA. And then you're talking real physical gold and silver with no commission salesman or overpriced coins. They're not going to try to upsell you on some crap. They're just going to give you the metal, right? No commission salesman. They're going to educate you on their products, and they're not trying to hustle you. And I'll tell you, if you've ever bought gold or silver, that's not always the case. We've seen other platforms trying to do big markups, trying to sell you big collectibles, all this stuff. And that's fine. Maybe there is a place for some collectibles in your portfolio. But if you just want straight up metals at the best price, best service, and they keep it secure for you, or if you want it shipped to your house, you can get that too. But we partnered up with them originally for the crypto IRA product, but we love that they have the precious metals for us as well. And clearly the metals have done us pretty dang well, all things considered, and comparing them to other assets as well. Now, we're watching this closely because we're seeing capitulation all around us in the crypto space. And it's not just retail selling, it's ETFs being pulled. Grayscale withdraws its Cardano, Hedera, and Polkadot ETF filings with the SEC. So bad news for Cardano, Hedera, and Polkadot, because this is one of the things that I'm looking at during this bear market. Which cryptos do I pick up? Do I still need to hold on to some of these coins, or should I just cut my losses and get rid of them? I'm looking to see if they have ETFs on the way. Do they already have ETFs? I think there's a couple for HBAR, maybe a couple for Cardano. But this is not a good sign that Grayscale, a major issuer, is saying, nah, we're good. We're good on Cardano. We're good on Hedera. And we're good on Polkadot. I own HBAR. I don't own Cardano or Polkadot. So I don't like to hear this. I don't like to share this news, but I share the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you guys. In fact, this is the moment where we really get into our bag, get into our portfolio, every single position. You have an honest conversation. Do I own this crypto based off of fundamentals and institutional adoption with solid tokenomics? Good reason to own it? Or did I FOMO into this? An influencer got me into it? Whatever. I mean, you should take accountability. You made the decision at the end of the day. But maybe you got in under false pretense. Maybe you thought things were going to go better. Now is the time to really, really buckle down in your portfolio and really understand why you hold every single position. And we're seeing capitulation all around us. Bitcoin miner Marathon Digital selling 23,000 Bitcoin worth over 1.6 billion. Bitcoin Red Team says AI is finding hundreds of critical exploits across core projects. We're seeing hacks, we're seeing bugs, we're seeing Bitcoin problems, Bitcoin fork failed, we're seeing ETFs being pulled, we're seeing exchanges shut down, we're seeing hedge funds blow up, we're seeing digital asset treasury companies shut down return funds. Michael Saylor just sold more Bitcoin. That's right, folks. Breaking news this morning. Michael Saylor's strategy sold 1,690 Bitcoin worth $108 million. It's capitulation all around us. Or so you would think. See, once you dig in a little bit, though, you can start to see there's a shift happening. There's a pivot. And it's not a pivot broadly. I don't think that all of the meme coins come back. I'm sorry if you're waiting for your fuzzy wuzzy penguin to come back. I don't know. Your Mickey Mouse meme coins, I'm sorry. I can't help you generate extra liquidity on those. I hope it comes for you. But we're watching. XRP, I've been impressed with Solana lately. Just to give a random Solana, I've actually been impressed. Institutional adoption, on-chain growth. I've been impressed. I don't even own Solana. Don't even really like it. But I've been impressed. And there's something here that we picked up this morning in the data. Hedge funds on the CME have flipped net long Bitcoin futures. A rare shift after years of short positions. Now we have the big money, the hedge funds, the levered up funds that have been short Bitcoin for years. They're now long. What do they know? Another data point is Berkshire Hathaway. They hadn't been buying. They just started buying last week, or I guess they reported it last week. I don't know if that's for the previous quarter, but Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's firm, that he's no longer running, but they just started buying for the first time in a while. Hedge funds flipping long Bitcoin. The open interest just spiked over the weekend on XRP2. Guys, we're about to pivot back into a bull run. Don't ask me. No. Stop. Just stop. I'm not expecting us to really pivot and get bullish till after these midterms. So please, spare me a date in August. Spare me a date in September. Clarity Act vote in September. Guys, I'm right there with you. I don't have any hope. I have very little hope that they will actually get the vote done and Clarity Act passed. I still want to be optimistic. I'm still going to speak positive. I'm going to try to manifest it. But guys, between now and the midterms, don't just stop. Set your expectations now. If you haven't already adjusted, let's stop being silly out here. People calling for us to go to the moon between now and September, but between now and the next date. Guys, the data's showing up. We're flipping bullish, and we're going to go back into a bull run. But don't get ahead of yourself. Don't get out in front of your skis here just yet. See, I'm giving you some bullish news, and I'm trying to give you a little bit of good, but I'm also trying to temper your expectations. Because I'm not going to mess around out here. I'm not going to say, oh, the next date in September is our moon date. We're not playing around out here. If you haven't figured, if you're still playing around out here 12 months into a bear market down 70%, my brother, what are we doing? Okay? But the right approach is what we're doing. At least I think it is. It's played out well for us in the past, and I'm expecting it to play out well again, which is to not get over your skis, not get over leveraged, but get your bets placed, get them filled, because we are about to flip bullish again. One thing that I'm watching right now is that despite everything going on, the builders in our ecosystem and the XRP ledger continues to grow. Take a look at this one, Bias Goose, who's been in the XRP ecosystem for a while. I saw he went, he was doing some other stuff, working at the SWE Foundation, and now he's marketing at Walrus Protocol. So it's a verifiable data platform. Not exactly sure what he's been up to, but he's been over in the SWE ecosystem. Well, now he says the XRP ledger will get a new startup in just about a month. I told you guys it was coming. I'm telling you that these are the types of companies that we might be taking a look at. we're in a privileged position because we know all of these developers and builders. They left. They went to Solana. They went to Sui. They're coming back because they know that the XRP ecosystem is getting all of the programmability. Our DeFi is about to explode. But they're going to shake you out if they haven't already. And this is what I'm watching now. Big bets are being placed as we speak on this exact outcome. And I'm retweeting Polymarket, which, just to be clear, I have no affiliation with Polymarket or any prediction market. They are in my DMs. They want to partner up with us big time. I haven't done a deal. Okay. I haven't done any deal with the prediction markets. Okay. So no affiliation with Polymarket or any of this. The reason why I'm showing you this is to show you that there are going to be big players, big whales. They're going to bet big money on this, and then they're going to go short XRP to try to force the issue. That's what's happening right now. It's an interesting deal watching the prediction markets and getting involved here in crypto and with other various outcomes. But think about this, right? Somebody placing a bet that Trump's going to stop the war in Iran. They can't have an impact on that. Unless you're in Trump's cabinet, you cannot have an impact on that. And there have been a few people in and around that are making bets that we found and that have gotten in trouble. But when it comes to these crypto markets and you got an outcome like, will XRP go below $1? There's big money that's playing here now. And this is how they do it, right? They're going to bet over here on Polymarket or another platform that XRP is going to go below $1. And then they're going to go to the real futures market and they're going to hammer that thing with shorts. They're going to hammer it. And this is why I've been talking about getting ready for the final sweep, the final opportunity to pick up below $1, because I think it comes quickly. There are many people trying to force the issue. The volatility could be violent as the big players try to force the issue. But the community has stacked so many bids or buy orders between $1 and 1 cent, which is where we found support a few times now, and 88 cents, where Cassie Trades and many other technical analysis are saying that we would find support. So between 101 and 88 cents, we have bids stacked to the ceiling. But I haven't been waiting. I said here, I've bought between $1.33 and $1.05. I've already been buying because I know how quick it's going to come. I know it might not even come. It might not come. We go down to 101 multiple times. I'm going to give you guys this one last data point. I've already shown it to you, but just remember, back in 2022, XRP bottomed out in June. Not November with Bitcoin. It bottomed out in June. Now, it did come back down half a dozen times to between 30 and 32 cents. Not as low as the 28 cent low in June of 2022. That was the bear market bottom. But then half a dozen times between then and January of 2023, XRP came back down to 29 cents, 30 cents, 31, 32, 32, 32. You're done. And we go into a bull run and we pump over 600% and we have a party. Guess what happens again? Come to $1. Come to $1. Come to $1. Maybe we get a wick down to 90 cents. It's quick. It comes and goes. And we pivot back into a bull run. And come back to these videos, come back to this tweet, come back to these buy orders that you're getting filled up right now in 2029. Set a reminder in 2029 to come back and reflect on what you did this year in 2026. This year sets you up and defines how you perform, where you're going to be at, the wealth that you're going to build between now and 2030. There's certain parties out here that have an agenda 2030. I want you to set up your agenda 2030, which should be to build generational wealth. We're going to make a lot of money and build a lot of wealth. You should come join us. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you like this content, please like it, please hype it, share it out far and wide. All of our community resources are available at zachrector.com. I have another video for you here, and the subscribe button for your convenience has been placed right here. I'll see you guys in the next one. It's going to be a busy week. God bless you all.